Hey guys, it's me David and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars set review. Today we have Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. Set number is 75281, ages 7 plus, has a retail price of $30 US. I do want to thank LEGO for providing this set for review. That's why it has this yellow not for sale sticker. So this is an interesting set. Not a lot of fans are really excited about this, and for good reason. The set is $30, which is the same price as the 501st Legion Clone Trooper set that also comes out in the same wave. And that set comes with 6 minifigures for $30, whereas this set comes with 2 minifigures, both of which we've gotten before. They're not new or exclusive to this set. The Anakin, for example, came in the Duel and Mustafar set that we got here earlier in 2020. It's actually the exact same figure with the burn markings on the torso, which is very disappointing that we're not getting a new version of Anakin. Of course, we've gotten R2-D2 too many times to count. And we've actually gotten this Jedi Interceptor multiple times over the last couple of years, over the last 10, 20 years since Episode 3 came out. So there's nothing too crazy going on with this set. I'm hoping that maybe the build is different and better in some way than the previous iterations of the Interceptor. We'll just have to open this up and find out, guys. So let's see if this set's worth that $30. Hint, hint, I don't feel like it is, but let's find out. Alright, so now I have the set built, but as always, let's go ahead and start off with the minifigures. Alright, so our first minifigure is Episode 3 version of Anakin Skywalker. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of problems with this figure. The biggest problem is by far the torso. As you can see, there is burn marks on his torso, so they decided not to make an updated version. They decided to use the same Anakin from Duel and Mustafar, which came out earlier in 2020, and that set's cheaper at $20, whereas this is a $30 set. So quite disappointing that LEGO decided not to update the design on the minifigure. Doesn't make sense. The headpiece is actually from an earlier Anakin's Jedi Starfighter set that we got last year in 2019. I believe it's the same head, from what I can tell. Has the microphone and headpiece. I don't know exactly what to call this, but it looks good. I mean, I'm fine with them reusing this headpiece. It looks cool. You have an angry face on the other side. It looks accurate to the Anakin that we see at the beginning of Episode 3, at least when it comes to head. The pants are fine. I don't see any burn marks on this, so it's really just the torso. And it would have been nice to maybe get a new version of the head, but it's not the end of the world. He does come with a blue lightsaber, different hand colors, one representing his robotic arm, the other is, just a normal hand. And you have a kind of the same hairpiece that has been used in the Clone Wars Anakin for so many years now, 12 years actually. So it would have been really nice to get a new hairpiece for Anakin. I honestly think you could void everything else, the torso and the head, if we had just gotten a new hairpiece. I think that would have made a lot of fans happy, and they would have looked over these other things about this minifigure. And the second and last minifigure you get is R2-D2. It's the same R2 we've gotten in so many different sets over the years, so I don't really need to go in depth. If you haven't gotten R2-D2, then here's your chance, but I'm sure a lot of you probably already have this figure. Alright, so jumping into the actual Anakin's Interceptor set. I'm not going to lie, this is actually a pretty good, well-built set. It's better than I imagined it to. Does it feel like it's $30? It feels like more like a $20 to $25 set. That's only a $5 or $10 difference, but I don't know. It's up to you whether you would want to spend that money. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit. But in terms of overall features, there's just a few functions to this set. First off, the cockpit can open up like so, and you can fit Anakin very easily into the cockpit area. So that's really nice. You can have him down like so. Close it up. You have a nice printed piece here, part of the windshield, and if this whole area is also printed. Looking underneath, you'll see it's actually symmetrical. So this is something interesting about this set is how symmetrical it is. And the reason why I bring that up is because on one side you can put R2-D2, so you can put him in like so. And you'd think, oh, because they have to have R2, you have the little slot here, you can kind of actually see him a little bit, then they wouldn't have it on this side. But they decided to include this so it's symmetrical, and it's, blank right here, which is a little strange, but at the same time it looks really good when you're looking at it from the bottom angle. So if you look at it in that perspective, this is actually a pretty good design choice. So it does look great with Anakin in there. You can fold open the, I call them the solar panels. I don't know exactly what they're called, but you can open them on both sides. I guess you could call this attack mode. I think that's what they call it in the movie. But it looks good. I do like it. I do wish these pieces were printed. Of all the iterations of the Interceptor, these have always been stickers, and I really wish we have gotten prints. It would have been nice, and nice little change and make this a little bit different. You have the Republic symbols here, as well as on the cockpit area. You have some booster engines on the back, and just like pretty much every other Lego set, you have spring-loaded missiles. So if I push these down like so, they'll just fire on out like that. You do have some blasters right here that don't function. You have some more blasters on both sides. So really great details. You know, given the size of the set, Lego did try to fit in as much accurate details as possible. Nice angles. It's a well-built set. You can definitely play around with it, and it's not going to go anywhere or anything like that. So that's pretty nice. I like the way it looks on the bottom. I mean, especially if you have the wings here folded outwards, it looks pretty good. You know, you could definitely recreate that Revenge of the Sith, a battle over Coruscant, pretty easily. So, I mean, I'm happy with the set. It's not bad, actually. It's better than I anticipated. Maybe actually 2 super battle droids. I think that would have been a nice inclusion as well, just to make this set a little bit more substantial, because at the moment, comparing this to the 501st Legion Clone Trooper set, which is the same price as this, where you get 6 minifigures versus 2 minifigures, both of which have been used prior. They're not exclusive or anything to this set. That's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, obviously I would recommend picking up the 501st Legion Clone Trooper if you have interest in that set. But if you don't, and you're just, you know, a classic Star Wars fan and you don't really care for that stuff, the Clone Wars stuff, then this is not a bad set, but it's not a great value. You're not getting too much new stuff out of this. It does look good, so if you never have had the Interceptor, then I think you will enjoy this set. I think it is very well built. Lego did do a good job on that end. It's extremely accurate looking, so I do like it in that regard. It's probably more of a $20 set in my opinion than a $30 set. If it's $20, I'd definitely recommend it. Even with the lackluster Anakin minifigure, I'd still recommend it at $20, but 30 is pushing it, so I'd wait for this set to go on sale for $25, $20. I think it definitely will at some point. Not a day one purchase, but if you haven't had any of the other Interceptors, then you'll probably want to pick this up at some point. So that's my final thoughts on the set, guys. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Definitely check out my other LEGO Star Wars set reviews. Bye-bye, guys.